Donkey the rabbit munching cookies all night. Sugar rush blazing a crazy delight. Nibbling faces in a frenzied haze. Friends confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws, leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite mark stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Shingle face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies crumble, but they're falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.
He's a rabbit that can't get enough. Cookies loves to munch, munch, munch every day. Can't get enough. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating because he's a cookie king. He would eat the cookies until he turns into a cookie himself. He's a king of eating cookies. Can't get enough of them. He will never, ever, ever stop eating them. Keep them, Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating the cookie. He's a cookie king. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating 'cause he's a cookie king. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating 'cause he's a cookie king. One, two, three, four.
In a kingdom far away, there's a princess named Kira with beautiful brown locks drops and eyes that sparkle. Every day at twilight, she dances through the meadow with bunnies by her side as the sun starts to retire. One bunny turned to two, and two turned to a dozen. But Captain Kira's heart's forever filled with love. Her kingdom now enchanted, a ballet of soft footsteps, magical melodies carried on wings of a dove. Ballerina princess, her bunnies by your side, a twirl and a pirouette as dreams come alive. Captain Kira dances, her heart so full of bliss, in a world enchanted where love will always persist. I missed you guys today. How is everyone? I've missed the bunnies, and I've been gone a lot today. What happened to? Oh, there's the stream. Oh, hey guys, I see Christian Cheyenne Star, Triple R, ranch dressing smoothie, K-Dog. Now waiting the presence of the amazing Captain Kira, Queen of the Bunz. Thank you. AJ Punk, enter home, West home. So guys, let's get this party started. I was at church, obviously, which I said earlier. Oh, we had people doing binkies and chasing. I think everyone's excited, but yeah, so I'm a little behind because church is on Wednesday nights. Right. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. We're all so excited. And we got this stuff. Okay, bunnies. A donkey. Donkey. There you go. You got points. But anyway, I am very glad to see everyone. Teeks Magikster K-Dog. Fun nicknames now. Love that. A much loved child has many names. As my mom likes to say. What yeah. So yeah, nicknames are always welcome. Okay, I've got some lettuce. I always feel like it's feeding time at the zoo when I when I'm tossing food in here. It's kind of hard to set everything up with the nice porcelain with the china on a night like this when I'm like, I just really want to get the stream started. So please excuse the informality. It's like when they eat on their blankets, it's like when we eat on paper plates, right? Parsley. Ooh, we got nice parsley. Some more. There we go, guys. So, oh, AJ Punk, you are in the chat. I officially started whoopsie running again last night. So now I've got ballet and running. You know, and like the other stuff, but I'm always lugging around stuff around here and doing my stuff, but I am feeling it today. Adding the running, adding the running, I am definitely feeling the results. So what are you gonna do? Where did I oh, here's the chat. Here's the chat. How bonjour, monsieur Donkey. Wait, why am I'm using the iPhone like it's a camera. Oh my gosh. Bonjour. Let's try this one. Bonjour, monsieur Donkey. Does anyone know how to say donkey in French? Oh my goodness gracious. The little Gray, I missed you so much. Look at this little man. Do you wanna go run around? Is that what you wanna do? Do you wanna be let out? I'll let you out if you want. Here. Do you wanna go out, sweet boy? It's stream time, but if you wanna get out, I don't mind because I've kept you guys in all day long. You were in the enclosure. He's in the massive blankie pile. Oh, happy I missed you guys so much. I did. I missed you, Jabby, and I missed Posh Spice, and I missed Mama. Anytime that I was home for even just a little bit, I ran upstairs and I petted, well, as many rabbits as I could, but mainly Delph and Gwynnie. Because Mama and Papa Bunny bonded with people. They bonded with me. And then, the babies of Gwynnie and Delphine, they're more bonded with each other. Like they love me, but they don't suffer if I am not in petting them constantly. But Gwynnie and Delphine really have to have their people petting them. They love humans. Yeah, they bonded with humans when they were babies. And then we got big girls like this. Big girls like this that have to learn how to trust humans more. Yeah, you're a big girl. But yeah, what's going on, guys? Keeks Majiks de K-Dog. ¿Cómo va tu día hoy? ¿Cómo va el día de todos de los demás hoy? So yeah, she's saying, how was my day and how was everyone else's day? That's very kind. Es muy simpático de ti. Kristen Star Triple R. ¿Cómo se dice en español? R is R. Donkey in French is an for masculine. The feminine one is ânesse. An y ânesse. Oh, cute. Oh my gosh, Lilian, ¿cómo estás? Hola, hola, mi chiquita bonita, mi amiga bonita. AJ, hey Lily. You're gonna get nicknames here. So I don't know if anyone commonly calls Lillian and Lily in real life, but hey, AJ Punk, he's now got his own personal nickname for Lillian. Lillian, you'll find this cute. Donkey has gotten an entire hay box to himself, and he has been having a ball in here. It kinda takes up a lot of this enclosure, but he was just right before the stream, he was in there digging away and doing some construction. He was very pleased with himself. Yeah, there's a big polar bear. We have a big polar bear cub right here. Yeah, we have Papa. Papa Rabbit. Hi, Gwynnie. This boy here also does not like for mom to be away all day. He doesn't like it at all. No, he has to have his pets. He have to have his pets. Yes, he does. Do you want me to come back in? That's cute. I just muted myself during the stream. That's cute. That really helps. That really helps the stream to be muted. Um, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go see Winnie. Oh gosh, if I can actually climb over here. My muscles are like, we're done. You're doing the daily ballet and running. Like, are you kidding me? And plus all of your other chores. But I mean, eventually I'll get back into shape, right? Right, everyone? It'll happen one day. Right, Gwen? One day I'll be able to hop as I used to hop. Like, I know that it's, like, abnormal soreness, like, it's way more soreness than usual when, like, every muscle in my feet is like, "We're sore. You haven't used us enough yet." More people call me Lily than Lillian. Oh, really? I didn't know that. See what happened? All it took was AJ Punk calling you Lily, and then all of a sudden Lillian's like, "Actually, most people call me Lily." But not from my influence, I accept them both. Oh, guys. Oh, Kristen, since I'm kinda tired, I'm really glad you just reminded me of that. Kristen, okay, first of all, Kristen, Cheyenne Star, Triple R, Ranch Dressing Smoothie K-Dog, aka the Mustard Queen, made all of the food for the kids tonight. She made fettuccine or spaghetti or whatever you're calling it with, like, a tomato kind of a Italian sauce with meatballs, and she like, everyone loved it. Even, like, the littlest kids who, okay, they can be sometimes picky and, "Oh, we only want chicken nuggets and fries," or something, but they loved it. In fact, I cleaned the littlest guy up, who's probably only, like, 18 months old, mm, somewhere around there, and I cleaned him all up because he handed me his little bowl of pasta, with the meatballs and everything, and I cleaned him up, and then he wanted to go run around and play, and then he went and found his food again and started eating again. So, Kristen, these guys loved the food that you made. It was super cute. It was super cute, and, like, his little sister, well, his older sister, who's like a small like an older toddler, she, also loved the food. Looked like everyone really enjoyed your food. However, however, I saw what looked like chocolate milk in Kristen Cheyenne Star's her cup that she was drinking out of, and I was like, "Oh, you drinking chocolate milk?" And then she, and I think also one of her sisters at the same time were like, "No, it's not chocolate, just chocolate milk, it's chocolate milk with orange soda." Like, she orange pop, yeah, she mixed her chocolate milk with orange pop, you guys. That's bad. That's really bad. With or without mustard, uh-huh. I asked her about that too, yes. There apparently was no mustard or mayonnaise in this pasta. So, see? She, like, really put her effort in there, and, it smelled awesome. Like, when I walked down into the basement, I was like, "Oh," I was like, "This smells really good down here," you know? Like, it smelled like yummy food. It didn't smell like cafeteria food or mustard, mustard strawberry smoothie or anything, you know? Ranch dressing smoothie. Cheeks Majeeks Decay Dog. I am going to do something wait, I am gonna do something stupid? Why? I mean, doing something stupid is usually like, "Whoops, I didn't realize it was gonna turn out that way," but if you know it's stupid, then why would you do it? Hmm? Are you just trying to get our attention, Kristen? Crystal with a K. It's been a little while. Crystal, Crystal with a K, special K. Crystal, Crystal, special K. Ole. It's been a little while since we've seen you, dear Crystal. We hope you are having a beautiful day. Ole. Special K. Fettuccine noodles, spaghetti with meatball. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kristen, you okay, Kristen is a talented artist. She's a talented musician. And apparently she is not a cook. She's not bad at food. So she's got a lot going for her. And some burnt breadsticks. Oh man. Yeah, the breadsticks were a little burnt. You could have used those as drumsticks rather than breadsticks, Kristen. But we won't harass you about that. And I don't even know. I am, like, pretty much the queen of burning stuff over here, like, I burn stuff all the time because I start cooking and then I get distracted and I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go play with the rabbits," or, "I have to bring them some food," or, "I have to go" you know what I mean? I don't know, take a phone call, or I have to do something, and then by the time I'm like, "Oh, wait, what's that smell? Oh my gosh, it's burning," and then I run back to the kitchen and I try to save whatever I've just turned into charcoal for cats. Yeah. So, Kristen, you know what? You're not the only one who burned stuff, and you didn't burn the spaghetti. Everyone loved it. Did Sister Stephanie know that you knew how to cook, or was she just like, "Hey, you're just gonna do it"? I was really impressed. Where's Wes and Prestorian and Virginia? Well, I don't know. Wes has been around lately. Sluggy, what did you just do, Philly? What just happened? What just happened, Koala? Hi. Hi, mister. Mule ears, Mr. Mule ears. Look at those claws. I have koala claws for climbing eucalyptus trees. Yes, I do. I will climb up the eucalyptus tree and I'll hang on, cling on with these claws. He lets me touch his feet and his claws. He is such a sweet little boy, big boy. You're just a gentle giant. You're a sweet, trusting boy. You didn't give birth, Delph did, but yes, are the papa to a very sweet boy, Winnie. Yeah, did he learn all that sweetness from his papa? Dusty, we won't talk about you. We won't talk about you, Dusters. Poor Dusty got bitten by Jabba. Yeah, did you get bitten by I just had to put some salve on her earlier. Yeah, she got a little bite, more of a scrape at the bottom of her ear because Jabba he took apart the enclosure the other day, if some of you remember, and Jabba, she let out the entire girl side gang at the same time as the boy side gang, and, a lot of people did get along, which is the good news, um but this girl got her ear bitten, and so she had to get some very nice salve put on it. Yeah, she did. And Dusty, as wild as Dusty is, she every single time I put salve on her ear, she lets me do it, and she sits very still. I don't know if she knows that I'm helping her, but she has been really super smart about it. Yeah, these 2 big guys. But yeah, Crystal, how are you? What's been going on? I've missed you for a couple of days. Oh, you've been under the weather for the past few days. It's good to be with the Bunz. Yeah, hopefully you get some sweet Bunz healing energy, and it will help you get back to enjoying your normal health, your normal life, um, or abnormal life. Well, whatever, whichever way you roll. Wes and Prestonian usually join later. Virginia pops in once in a yeah, once she's more once in a blue moon now. It's okay. I think I should do it so I can get yelled at. But you never told us what the dumb thing was. You gotta tell us. Orange juice with grape, Kool-Aid, and ice cream. Okay, that doesn't sound half bad. I'll pass on the Kool-Aid. I know, but the artificial Kool-Aid stuff. Yeah, artificial dye. Kristen, be kind to your body. I was eating Kool-Aid at church. Yes, you were, and you tried to feed it to my baby that I was helping, and that baby didn't want the weird purple Kristen Kool-Aid fingers. Yeah, she tried to feed a baby Kool-Aid from her finger. It was so funny. And the baby was like, I don't know about this. She know I know how to cook because I would make her peanut butter cookies. You made her peanut butter cookies? Oh my gosh. You make a good peanut butter cookie? I like peanut butter cookies. I like anything with peanut butter, and especially being a vegetarian and gluten-free. There was a lady in North Carolina that was one of the first gluten-free cookies that I was able to find in that state, and she made cookies and cakes for weddings, and so she had a recipe, she gave it to me. It was like peanut butter, sugar, and egg, maybe a pinch of salt. That was it. And you bake them, and they're these wonderful peanut butter cookies, and then she would melt dairy-free chocolate, drizzle it on the top. Oh my gosh. They were completely gluten-free and dairy-free, and they were delicious, and they were so simple. There were only a couple ingredients in there. And you would think, "Oh, it wouldn't turn into like a normal cookie." Yeah, just with the eggs, peanut butter, a little bit of sugar, and salt. They were awesome. And then, well, of course, the chocolate drizzled on top. Papa, when you so tired today, you guys? He's also sitting on a pile of hoops that someone just did. Oh, Gwynch, why you seem so tired today? I've felt like that too, Gwynnie. I have felt like that too, sweet boy. Okay, we gotta go give Donkey some pets. It's time. It is time. Oh, he's licking his litter box, and poor guy. He doesn't have any bunnies to groom, so he's licking a litter box. But yeah, how is everyone? We've got Crystal has been under the weather. Hopefully she will start turning the corner and getting better. Um, this guy, we have this plush puppy right over here, this plushy polar bear cub. Yeah, we got a sweet. Watch out, everyone. We got a little sweet plushy boy in the house. Gotta clean his ear. Phone's upside down. We're doing really well. Donkey, did you say cook? Oh, don't say it. Do not say that. Oh, you guys, I wait, today's Wednesday. Okay, I think tomorrow cookie day. I think cookies are coming tomorrow, Donkey. Wait, let's see if Winnie, I think cookies are coming tomorrow. Winch, will that wake you up if cookies are coming, Win? Oh, he shouldn't have said anything. Now he's excited. That got him up. That just the mention of cookies. Oh, his ears like, did you hear me say that? Winnie, they're coming tomorrow. Cookies are coming tomorrow. Or Friday. Or hopefully tomorrow after I said all that. But yeah, we have cookies coming. I'm very excited. Oh, too. Oh, the Grill Side Gang's like, we out of here. They've been they've been inside their enclosure all day, which is usually not the case. Oh, you need to open the door. Look at you, little Gray. You're such a smarty pants. He opened the door with his mouth. Oh my god. Such a clever boy. Oh, he found some extra cilantro I dropped. Good boy. Me don't think me should say what was a stupid thing. Kristen, but if you say to me like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this stupid thing I shouldn't do or something," of course I wanna know. That's like all I wanna know now. I'm not like some mature person who's like, "Oh, I'll just respect her boundary and she said she was gonna do something stupid in the chat. I'll just ignore, I'll just move on. I'll just pretend like I don't wanna know." No, that's not me. What the heck is it? Tell me. Dígame. Dígame ahora, chiquita. Kristen Shine Star Triple R. ¿Quieres que hacer algo estúpido? Y no dígame. No, ya no dígame. You should already know what it is. Were you talking about what you were accused of falsely today of doing in the high school bathroom? That? 'Cause I remember that. I do remember that. Hey, we have 9 people. Welcome, 9 people. Let's see. I know we have AJ Punk, Keelan Mall, Kristen, Crystal. Um, wait, who else? Lillian. Okay. But yeah, welcome people. I mean, we have some people that are not chatting, which is totally fine. But you are very welcome to be here. And look at this. You coming back, Jabba? But guys, so since I started a little bit late, does anyone want to remember all the Discord like wait, remember on the Discord like 3 weeks ago? No. Honestly, I don't really remember. Um I don't know, Kristen. But just as long as it's not anything that would hurt you or others, you know? Right, Donkey? What, I told you that I did once? This is a one-time thing that you've done, like, only one time, or is this something that's, like, a regular habit? And I won't say what it is if I remember, but you know what? I mean, I think general rule of thumb, just don't do it if it's stupid, you know? But guys, do we wanna read some of 1984? Okay, well then, I think I know what it is, but as long as, like I said, if it's something that's gonna hurt you or hurt others, don't do it. There you go. General rule of thumb. It's not donkey approved. If donkey says don't do it, then you cannot do it because he is King Donks. You have to respect him. He will, you will have to, if you go against his wishes, he will make you live in this box with him. It does have a nice doorway, I have to say. Oh, there you go. He went out this little side door. And then, oh, there he is. He's in his corner now. These good boys. Yeah, Gwen, your cookies are coming tomorrow. Dusty, I know Dusty loves cookies. Yes, she does. Sluggo, do you like cookies? Oh, he flipped over. He's showing his belly. Sluggo, I love you. You're so cute. Look at that belly. You're just a big hog rabbit. Look at you. Look at that floofy belly. Oh my gosh, you're just too cute. Too adorbs. Yeah. So, Kristen, just remember, if I hear that you did something that would be harmful to you or others or was stupid, this is where you're going to end up. The donkey box castle, okay? You're going to be living with a one-eared chinchilla stuffy, a rabbit slipper, a sloth, Benjamin Bunny, the donkey statue, and a lop-eared rabbit puppet. So, and I don't know, I don't think Donkey is going to share either of his alpaca pillows with you if you're in trouble, you know? No pillows. Okay. Who's over here? Okay, let's go see these guys again. And then, um, yeah, do we want to read part of 1984 tonight, guys? Probably not a lot. We probably won't do a lot of reading because I still need to eat some food because the only thing I've had today are crackers with like gluten-free wasa bread. Those are kind of like a cracker. And some almond butter. And then what else? That was, oh my gosh, that was really it. Oh, I had some walnuts. I had some walnuts. Sprouted walnuts. They were sprouted, air-dried walnuts that I put like some kind of cayenne pepper mix seasoning on there. Ooh, it's not bad. Hi, he's such a big girl, and she lets me pet her now. For a second. Okay, for a second she did. Oh, and Teeny, are you in the hallway? Who are you with? You with Little Gray? Oh, Teeny and Little Gray in the hallway. And Mommy Rabbit. You don't like what? King you? I love him? You mean I thought you were gonna say King Donks. King Donkey. Is King Julian some like musician, like music guy? Posh. Okay, guys. So what do we think? Do we want 1984 or do we want to talk? What do we Can you guys give me some feedback? Off the Madagascar movie. Oh, okay. And did I see the last one? I don't know that I saw that one. I really feel like I didn't, and I love the animals of Madagascar. Like that would probably be a fun one. Gosh, I gotta catch up with these movies, you guys. Good girl, Del. She's a good mom. Yeah. This ring, guys. Isn't that cool? That's Labrador, right? And then we got this one. This is, gosh, I can't remember what this one is. This one, oh, this is Moonstone. This is like a blue moonstone. That's what that is. Oh, yeah. Okay, AJ Punk. He given me the okay to read. Oops. I hate school stupid. Hate school yeah, understand. Kristen, let me ask you this. Would you be a candidate? First of all, I think you should do the high school student foreign exchange program. I think you would have an awesome time and it would get you into a different experience, that wouldn't be boring in a new culture and meet a new family and make friends, international friends that probably last a lifetime. But also, would you be a candidate? Do you work well alone? Like, can you keep on task or would you like get distracted if you did like one of those online high school, get your high school, do high school through online? Like, would you be someone who could do that or would you just like listen to music all day? I mean, well, not that you couldn't listen to music all day and still do some school stuff, but I mean, would you actually get stuff done if you were just like by yourself in your house and you were doing online school? Like, do you think that would be less stressful for you, or would it be boring because you wouldn't have any friends to talk to, I personally think it's probably better to get out into the world and do school, but the Bunz are super chill tonight. Any face? Yes, there was. Crystal, um, Teeny, back in the hallway right over there. The enclosure is supposed to butt up against the wall here, and she somehow dragged it away from the wall, the entire girls' enclosure, and she let everyone, all 5 bunnies from this side out. But the problem was I had the entire boys' side, which is Gwynnie, Dusty, and Sluggo. Their enclosure was open. They were, getting their free time to run around the house. So what I found that Jabba had let herself into the boys' side, and Dusty got scared and ran up into the top of the bunny castle and was like cowering and was like so scared. She was like shaking. And then I noticed that Jabba had taken a bite out of her ear, the bottom of her ear, and so yeah, there's been face ripping. Yeah, you missed some face ripping, Crystal. Yeah, they're chill now because they already had the big showdown. But yeah, I couldn't believe that happened. You would talk to yourself, Kristen? Yeah. No online school for you. Well, it was a thought. I don't think it's, like, the best thing really, but, um, I mean, if you're that unhappy with your high school, I mean, you gotta do something about it, right? But, like, maybe for next semester, can you apply to do, like, the foreign exchange program? Um, I'm gonna keep pushing that until you do it. You know, you can go somewhere where they speak Spanish, like, go to South America, go to Spain, go to Mexico, go somewhere. Be fun. And you can put me on your phone with your host family, and then I'll talk to them in Spanish. I'll get to know them. "Hmm, I told them what you did. I told Crystal what you did to the enclosure, that you broke everyone out. It was a big jailbreak. And it was orchestrated by Teeny. It was Teeny the rabbit's fault. Yeah, it was you did it, and you're getting bigger. You're not as teeny as you used to be, and I keep confusing you with your mama, except you have small little rat eyes." Oh, Jabba just nipped her little bottom. Oh, he didn't like that she shoved her. You guys, Jabba's becoming a guard rabbit. She will shove anyone out of the way who tries to be naughty. Jabba will like make them. She's like a herding dog. Wait, what happened to my iPhone? Okay. But yeah, she will try to control everyone and get everyone to calm down and behave. She is so funny. You guys, this is an interesting view. I'm showing you guys lettuce and a blanket. Okay, what about Jabba? Hi. Hi, Jabba. Love you. Yeah, I love this girl. Okay, let's get into 1984. Okay, this is where O'Brien, one of Winston's colleagues, sets up a situation where Winston can go visit him at his house without Big Brother noticing, because he's making it seem like it's a total work related um excuse. Okay, he says he's usually home in the evening. Let's see, I think where we left off. Okay. Okay. So the very last thing where we left off, let's see, I'll read the last sentence. He had the sensation of stepping into the dampness of a grave, and it was not much better because he had always known that the grave was there and waiting for him. Okay, so part two, chapter 7. Wait, um, okay, we'd already read part of chapter 7. Okay, he's talking about his mother. Okay. The chocolate ration with his mother. He never saw his mother again. So, okay, then Julia starts falling asleep when he tries to tell her more about his childhood and his dream. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to think where we were. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. Oh my gosh, you guys, I wanted to say something about 1984 though, because Winston's job is to rewrite history, right, guys? It's to change everything so that it fits into Big Brother's version of history, and he's erasing most of real history and all this stuff. I was listening to the radio today and I heard a news story. I'd already heard some of this, like, the Trump administration has altered some of the Smithsonian's exhibits and all this stuff. And I heard about something today with the national parks and like George Washington's homestead, Mount Vernon. When you go there, apparently they remove a bunch of the information about how George Washington I didn't know this. Apparently, and I've been to Mount Vernon, he changed in fact, I'll have to ask my mom about this. My mom actually worked you guys, my mom worked at Mount Vernon and they would dress her up to look like I think Martha Washington or something. She was, like, in costume, it was so adorable, but, like, she answered questions and, like, she knows all about the whole exhibit there. I'll have to ask her about this, but apparently George Washington bent some rules so that he could keep his slaves. Has anyone heard about this? I guess it's part of the exhibit at Mount Vernon, but the Trump administration was like, "No, we don't like that." So they took it out. But it's part of history. I mean, it, like, really happened, and it's like, it just struck me as being very 1984 with the rewriting of history and, making things disappear and just shoving them down the memory hole at Winston's job so that no one will ever come across that fact again, and it will be forgotten about. But yeah, do you guys here, wait, I'm gonna go back to the chat for a second, but it was really fascinating to me to read that. Howdy, Prestorian, our lovely giant Bunz historian. He's just driven in from Lothlorien. Your bed just called you fat, Kristen? He was driving his DeLorean while dressed as the Mandalorian and singing along to chants Gregorian with his lovely accordion. And then he'll go home to his girlfriend who happens to be Salvadorian, and she'll make a lovely dinner consisting of Samorean. And later tonight we'll all be a snoring. Okay, that was kind of the shortened version. But here, let's go back. We'll go back to the story. Okay. From her breathing, I it was evident that she was going off to sleep again. He would have liked to continue talking about his mother. He did not suppose, from what he could remember of her, that she had been an unusual woman, still less an intelligent one, and yet she had possessed a kind of nobility, kind of purity, simply because the standards that she obeyed were private ones. Her feelings were her own and could not be altered from outside. It would not have occurred to her that an action which is ineffectual thereby becomes meaningless. If you loved someone, you loved him. And when you had nothing else to give, you still gave him love. When the last of the chocolate was gone, his mother had clasped the child in her arms. It was no use, it changed nothing. It did not produce more chocolate, it did not avert the child's death or her own, but it seemed natural to her to do it. The refugee woman in the boat had also covered the little boy with her arm, which was no more use against the bullets than a sheet of paper. The terrible thing that the party had done was to persuade you that mere impulses, mere feelings were of no account, while at the same time robbing you of all power over the material world. When once you were in the grip of the party, what you felt or did not feel, what you did or refrained from doing made literally no difference. Whatever happened, you vanished, and neither you nor your actions were ever heard of again. You were lifted clean out of the stream of history, and yet to the people of only 2 generations ago, this would not have seemed all important because they were not attempting to alter history. Ah, here we go again. They were governed by private loyalties, which they did not question. What mattered were individual relationships, and a completely helpless gesture, an embrace, a tear, a word spoken to a dying man could have value in itself. Trolls, it suddenly occurred to him, had remained in this condition. They were not loyal to a party or a country or an idea, they were loyal to one another. For the first time in his life, he did not despise the proles or think of them merely as an inert force which would one day spring to life and regenerate the world. The proles had stayed human. They had not become hardened inside. They had held on to the primitive emotions which he himself had to relearn by conscious effort. And in thinking this, he remembered, without apparent relevance, how a few weeks ago he had seen a severed hand lying on the pavement and had kicked it into the gutter as though it had been a cabbage stalk. The proles are human beings, he said aloud. We are not human. Why not? Said Julia, who had woken up again. He thought for a little while. Has it ever occurred to you, he said, that the best thing for us to do would be simply to walk out of here before it's too late and never see each other again? Yes, dear, it has occurred to me several times, but I'm not going to do it all the same. We've been lucky, he said, but it can't last much longer. You're young, you look normal and innocent. If you keep clear of people like me, you might stay alive for another 50 years. No, I've thought it all out. What you do, I'm going to do, and don't be too downhearted. I'm rather good at staying alive. We may be together for another 6 months, a year, there's no knowing. At the end, we're certain to be apart. Do you realize how utterly alone we shall be? When once they get a hold of us, there will be nothing, literally nothing that either of us can do for the other. If I confess, they'll shoot you. And if I refuse to confess, they'll shoot you just the same. Nothing that I can do or say or stop myself from saying will put off your death for as much as 5 minutes. Neither of us will even know whether the other is alive or dead. We shall be utterly without power of any kind. The one thing that matters is that we shouldn't betray one another, although even that can't make the slightest difference. If you mean confessing, she said, we shall do that right enough. Everybody always confesses, you can't help it. They torture you. I don't mean confessing. Confessing is not betrayal. What you say or do doesn't matter. Only feelings matter. If they could make me stop loving you, that would be the real betrayal. She thought it over. They can't do that, she said finally. It's the one thing they can't do. They can't make you say anything, or they can make you say anything, but they can't make you believe it. They can't get inside you. No, he said a little more hopefully. No, that's quite true. They can't get inside you. You can feel that staying human is worthwhile, even when it can't have any result whatever. You've beaten them. He thought of the telescreen with its never sleeping ear. They could spy upon you night and day, but if you kept your head, you could still outwit them. With all their cleverness, they had never mastered the secret of finding out what another human being was thinking. Perhaps that was less true when you were actually in their hands. One did not know what happened inside the Ministry of Love, but it was possible to guess. Torture, drugs, delicate instruments that registered your nervous reactions, gradual wearing down by sleeplessness and solitude, and persistent questioning. Facts, at any rate, could not be kept hidden. They could be tracked down by inquiry. They could be squeezed out of you by torture. But if the object was not to stay alive, but to stay human, what difference did it ultimately make? They could not alter your feelings. For that matter, you could not alter them yourself, even if you wanted to. They could lay bare in the utmost detail everything that you had done or said or thought, but the inner heart, whose workings were mysterious even to yourself, remained impregnable. So that was the end of chapter 7, I think. Yes. That so now we have got the beginning of chapter 8. So what do we think, guys? Wait a minute. Trying to get I'm trying to get my YouTube back to see the chat. You're writing, so you're not on here much. You broke your scale? Aw. What's going on over here? We got Mama Rabbit. She's cleaning her neck donuts. Very cute. Wait a minute. Ow. Mama, Mama, gee. Got your neck donut. Yes, she does. Oh, and Gwynnie's snuggled up in some blankies. It's Blankyville over here. But yeah, guys, what do we think? Do you guys want some more 1984 or should we call it a night? Well, anyone have an opinion? AJ Punk, should we read part of chapter 8? It's cutie. Maybe a little more. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey. 1984, part 2, chapter 8. They had done it. They had done it at last. The room they were standing in was long-shaped and softly lit. The telescreen was dimmed to a low murmur. The richness of the dark blue carpet gave one the impression of treading on velvet. At the far end of the room, O'Brien was sitting at a table under a green shaded lamp with a mass of papers on either side of him. He had not bothered to look up. Excuse me. He had not bothered to look up when the servant showed Julia and Winston in. Winston's heart was thumping so hard that he doubted whether he would be able to speak. They had done it. They had done it at last, was all he could think. It had been a rash act to come here at all, and sheer folly to arrive together, though it was true that they had come by different routes and only met on O'Brien's doorstep. But merely to walk into such a place needed an effort of the nerve. It was only on very rare occasions that one saw inside the dwelling places of the inner party, or even penetrated into the quarter of the town where they lived. The whole atmosphere of the huge block of flats, the richness and spaciousness of everything, the unfamiliar smells of good food and good tobacco, the silent and incredibly rapid lift sliding up and down, the white-jacketed servants hurrying to and fro, everything was intimidating. Although he had a good pretext for coming here, he was haunted at every step by the fear that a black uniformed guard would suddenly appear from round the corner, demand his papers, and order him to get out. O'Brien's servant, however, had admitted the two of them without demur. He was a small, dark-haired man in a white jacket, with a diamond-shaped, completely expressionless face, which might have been that of a Chinese. Oh, that of a Chinese. The passage down which he led them was, my goodness, guys, what's all that going on over there? Is that Donkey's construction project? I hear you in there, Donkey. He's like totally trying to construct something in his donkey castle box. So funny. The passage, the passage down which he led them was softly carpeted with cream-colored paper walls and white wainscoting, all exquisitely clean. That too was intimidating. Winston could not remember ever to have seen a passageway whose walls were not grimy from the contact of human bodies. O'Brien had a slip of paper between his fingers and seemed to be studying it intently. His heavy face, bent down so that one could see the line of the nose, looked both formidable and intelligent. For perhaps 20 seconds, he sat without stirring. Then he pulled the speak right towards him and rapped out a message in the hybrid jargon of the ministries. Items 1, 5, 7, approved, full wise, stop, suggestion contained, item 6, double plus, ridiculous, verging, crime thing, cancel, stop, unproceed, construction wise, anti-getting, plus full, estimates, machinery, overheads, stop, end, message. He rose deliberately from his chair and came towards them across the soundless carpet. A little of the official atmosphere seemed to have fallen away from him with the newspeak words. But his expression was grimmer than usual, as though he were not pleased at being disturbed. The terror that Winston already felt was suddenly shot through by a streak of ordinary embarrassment. To him, quite possible, She wants pets. Okay. I will pet you. It seemed to him quite possible that he had simply made a stupid mistake. For what evidence had he in reality that O'Brien was any kind of political conspirator? Nothing but a flash of the eyes and a single equivocal remark. Beyond that, only his own secret imaginings founded on a dream. He could not even fall back on the pretense that he had come to borrow the dictionary, because in that case, Julia's presence was impossible to explain. As O'Brien passed the telescreen, a thought seemed to strike him. Stopped, turned aside, and pressed a switch on the wall. There was a sharp snap. A voice had stopped. Julia offered a tiny sound, a sort of squeak of surprise. Even in the midst of his panic, Winston was too much taken aback to be able to hold his tongue. "You can turn it off," he said. "Yes," said O'Brien. "We can turn it off. We have that privilege." He was opposite them now. His solid form towered over the pair of them, and the expression on his face was still indecipherable. He was waiting, somewhat sternly, for Winston to speak, but about what? Even now it was quite conceivable that he was simply a busy man wondering irritably why he had been interrupted. Nobody spoke. After the stopping of the telescreen, the room seemed deadly silent. The seconds The seconds marched past, enormous. With difficulty, Winston continued to keep his eyes fixed on O'Brien's. Then suddenly the grim face broke down into what might have been the beginnings of a smile. With his characteristic gesture, O'Brien resettled his spectacles on his nose. "Shall I say it, or will you?" he said. "I will say it," said Winston promptly. "That thing is really turned off?" "Yes, everything is turned off. We are alone. We have come here because—" He paused, realizing for the first time the vagueness of his own motives. Since he did not in fact know what kind of help he expected from O'Brien, it was not easy to say why he had come here. He went on, conscious that what he was saying must sound both feeble and pretentious. "We believe that there is some kind of conspiracy, some kind of secret organization working against the party, and that you are involved in it. We want to join it and work for it. We are enemies of the party. We disbelieve in the principles of Ingsoc. We are thought criminals. We are also adulterers. I tell you this because we want to put ourselves at your mercy. If you want us to incriminate ourselves in any other way, we are ready." Stopped and glanced over his shoulder with the feeling that the door had opened. Sure enough, the little yellow-faced servant had come in without knocking. Winston saw that he was carrying a tray with a decanter and glasses. "Martin is one of us," said O'Brien impassively. "Bring the drinks over here, Martin. Put them on the round table. Have we enough chairs? Then we may as well sit down and talk in comfort. Bring a chair for yourself, Martin. This is business. You can stop being a servant for the next 10 minutes. The little man sat down, quite at his ease, and yet still with a servant-like air, the air of a valet enjoying a privilege. Winston regarded him out of the corner of his eye. It struck him that the man's whole life was playing a part, and that he felt it to be dangerous to drop his assumed personality even for a moment. O'Brien took the decanter by the neck and filled up the glasses with a dark red liquid. It aroused in Winston dim memories of something seen long ago on a wall or a hoarding, a vast bottle composed of electric lights, which seemed to move up and down and pour its contents into a glass. Seen from the top, the stuff looked almost black, but in the decanter it gleamed like a ruby. It had a sour, sweet smell. He saw Julia pick up her glass and sniff at it with frank curiosity. It is called wine, said O'Brien with a faint smile. You will have read about it in books, no doubt. Not much of it gets to the outer party, I am afraid. His face grew solemn again, and then he raised his glass. I think it is fitting that we should begin by drinking a health to our leader, to Emmanuel Goldstein. Winston took up his glass with a certain eagerness. Wine was a thing he had read and dreamed about. Like the glass paperweight or Mr. Charrington's half-remembered rhymes, it belonged to the vanished romantic past, the olden time, as he liked to call it, in his secret thoughts. For some reason, he had always thought of wine as having an intensely sweet taste, like that of blackberry jam, or an immediate intoxicating effect. Actually, when he came to swallow it, the stuff was distinctly disappointing. The truth was that after years of gin drinking, he could barely taste it. He set down the empty glass. Then there is such a person as Goldstein, he said. Yes, there is such a person, and he is alive. Where, I do not know. And the conspiracy, the organization, is it real? Is it not simply an invention? Posh. That didn't help me read, Sitting on the iPhone that I am reading off of is not Posh. Can you get Delph just pushed her off the iPhone? That's so funny. And the conspiracy, the organization, is it real? Is it not simply an invention of the thought police? No, it is real. The Brotherhood, we call it. You will never learn much more about the Brotherhood than that it exists and that you belong to it. I will come back to that presently. He looked at his wristwatch. It is unwise, even for members of the inner party, to turn off the telescreen for more than half an hour. You ought not to have come here together, and you will have to leave separately. You, comrade, he bowed his head to Julia, will leave first. We have about 20 minutes at our disposal. You will understand that I must start by asking you certain questions. In general terms, what are you prepared to do? Anything that we are capable of, said Winston. O'Brien had turned himself a little in his chair so that he was facing Winston. He almost ignored Julia, seeming to take it for granted that Winston could speak for her. For a moment, the lids flitted down over his eyes. He began asking his questions in a low, expressionless voice, as though this were a routine, sort of catechism, most of whose answers were known to him already. You are prepared to give your lives? Yes. You are prepared to commit murder? Yes. To commit acts of sabotage which may cause the death of hundreds of innocent people? Yes. To betray your country to foreign powers? Yes. You are prepared to cheat, to forge, to blackmail, to corrupt the minds of children, to distribute habit-forming drugs, to encourage prostitution, to disseminate venereal diseases, to do anything which is likely to cause demoralization and weaken the power of the party? Yes. If, for example, it would somehow serve our interest to throw sulfuric acid in a child's face, are you prepared to do that? Yes. You are prepared to lose your identity and live out the rest of your life as a waiter or a dock worker? Yes. You are prepared to commit suicide if and when we order you to do so? Yes. You are prepared, the two of you, to separate and never see one another again? No, broke in Julia. It appeared to Winston a long time passed before he answered. For a moment, he seemed even to have been deprived of the power of speech. His tongue worked soundlessly, forming the opening syllables first of one word, then of the other, over and over again, till he had said it. He did not know which word he was going to say. No, he said finally. You did well to tell me, said O'Brien. It is necessary for us to know everything. He turned himself towards Julia, and added in a voice with somewhat more expression in it. Do you understand that even if he survives, it may be as a different person? We may be obliged to give him a new identity. His face, his movements, the shape of his hands, the color of his hair, even his voice would be different. And you yourself might have become a different person. Our surgeons can alter people beyond recognition. Sometimes it is necessary. Sometimes we even amputate a limb. Winston could not help snatching another sidelong glance at Martin's Mongolian face. There were no scars that he could see. Julia had turned a shade paler, so that her freckles were showing, but she faced O'Brien boldly. She murmured something that seemed to be assent. Good. And that is settled. Okay, I think. Why don't we. Delph! It's eating my dress again. Let's stop there. We will stop on good, then that is settled. So, let me go back to the chat. Find you guys. Yeah. Hey, we still have 7 people for 1984. Good stuff. I'm really enjoying this book. But I'm gonna say goodnight to everyone. Delphine, the dress muncher. Delphine, the dress muncher. She can never eat enough dresses. She never stops eating them because she's the dress queen. But yes, I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys. I hope to see everyone tomorrow, God willing. Tomorrow evening, which is Thursday night. I don't have quite as much to do away from the bunnies tomorrow. Yes, I can be spending some more time with these guys, and we'll do a big cleaning of the enclosure, and who knows, maybe we'll even go outside for a little bit. I don't know. I think it's going to be hot though. Too hot, possibly. But good night to sweet Hewlin Mall. And it's floofy loosey goosey. Good night and big love to you, Mr. AJ Punk. Midwestern Wrestling Hunk, AJ Punk in the house. Good night, Kristen Cheyenne Star, Triple R, Ranch Dressing Smoothie. Also, Captain Kira's adopted daughter, unofficially. Good night and much love to Crystal with a K, special K. So glad that you're back and healing thoughts. I hope you start feeling better. Good night and much love to Mr. Pastorian, the Giant Bunz historian. Much love to you know what, that might be it. And all the rest of you guys who are in the chat, good night to you. Thanks for hanging out and having fun with us. Reading 1984, classic book. Very timely with the political agenda, the political goings on. It's always been a timely book. You know, that's why it's a classic, because it always resonates with whatever is going on in the world. But right now, with the Trump administration trying to change all of the like historical stuff at the national park, like woo, that totally reminded me of Winston's job in the book. And the memory hole, you know, shoving all the historical documents that they don't want, that Big Brother doesn't think are flattering for him and his regime, you know, throwing them down the memory hole, never to be seen again. Yeah, I think we really need to watch ourselves, guys, because some of the stuff that's happening is right out of this book, and it's not very pleasant what's happening in this book. You know, and depending on who you are, I guess. But for me, it scares the daylights out of me, the whole Big Brother thing. Much love, Crystal, and hope to see you guys tomorrow evening. And I think Captain Kira, for one thing, I'll hopefully be starting on time, and I will have more energy. I'll be a little more prepared. Is that right, Jabba? Jabba's gonna guard everyone tonight. She's officially the guard bunny now. What's going on, Delph? What's going on with you and your daughter, your big girl daughter? But I will go downstairs and I will pop up a song for us. And hi, Teeny. Baby. Shy little girl. I got ya. Yeah, I got your belly. Oh my gosh, and I almost forgot, much love to Lily and her bubby rabbit. Lillian, I'm sorry, I almost forgot you. I don't know, I didn't see you in the chat when I was scrolling back. Because I'm just tired. That's what happens. I'm gonna leave this here on you guys, so no one eat my camera. All you behave. Hey,
Donkey the rabbit munching cookies all night. Sugar rush blazing a crazy delight. Nibbling faces in a frenzied haze. Friends confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite mark stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Inkle face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies come, big bugger falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.